Hi, everybody. I'm here. Mostly, kinda, sorta, you know, keeping us waiting. My bad. My bad. Alright, so. Working on this Raptor boy. But first, before I keep going with him, I am going to give this guard some attention. So I'm going to give him a quick undercoat, and while that's drying, we'll keep working on the Raptor. I'm curious how quick I can knock out guard models compared to, well, anybody else. Because Space Marines take a minute. I'm finally used to how long Space Marines actually take. But yeah, we'll just slap him with a quick undercoat. Go from there. Okay, well, undercoat is done. That was painless. Sweet. Okay. How is everybody tonight? What are we working on? We're working on anything? Or are you just wasting your time on me? I think we're ready for our gunmetals. So we are gonna do that. Okay, bye. This is usually the fastest step. Actually, no, that's not true. Base coats are usually the fastest. anyone's wondering why my fingernails are an odd color, I was doing some priming earlier today. I had time, so that was something I went to go do. Because I did happen to have a lot of models that needed primed. Normally I wait until all the models I own are assembled, but I got tired of waiting. Okay, I like that. And I think all that's left are the vents. Okay, do the bolter, bolt pistol. Is pretty great. It blows things up when you need them. Hey, Warden. Just got a notification. How was the remainder of your stream? 7 Gene Stealers battle ready. Very nice. Very nice. You know, I've never been huge into the Gene Stealers aesthetic, but as of recently, the more they show up in the books that I'm reading, the more I'm like, okay, I vibe with them. It makes sense why you would like them though, because you're a Tyranids guy. YouTube is slow, and I have not figured out how to remedy that. It doesn't make an ounce of sense. I don't know if it's just my internet speed. Because, yeah, Twitch is like immediate response. I don't really get it. Twitch is way faster, so you don't think it's internet? Well, I've gone through all the YouTube settings, and I haven't found anything that would directly correlate to stream delay. Gene Stealer's battle ready for more games with the wife. That's awesome. My wife has no interest in Warhammer, as everyone knows. But like I've made clear in the past, the game, it looks fun if I had someone to play it with. But I really just love the lore and the creativity behind it, and the ability to be able to put something of your own in it. Streamed 5 hours of 40K yesterday. Damn. Instead of playing no turn limit games until someone is tabled, with narrative rules added sometimes to make it more fair, because she has half of the points that I do. See, and I think that would be more fun, because the odds are supposed to be against you in Warhammer, especially when Tyranids are involved. Because, like, hardly anyone ever comes out on top with Tyranids, because they just never end. The Blood Angels are a prime example, but that's pretty much everybody. Sorry, I'm just trying to look and see if there's a setting that I've missed about a delayed chat, because I've been doing this for over a year now, and it's been the same thing, and I can't figure out why. I don't know if it's my moderation. I wonder if I turn the moderation to none, because I have it set to basic. experiment to try. Somebody comment on YouTube and see if it's any faster. Post it in the face cord. Very nice. Oh, a Gaunt spawner unit. I'm interested. Ooh, ooh, properly fleshy. I like it. Did you do that yourself? Just throw a bunch of bits together? It was a little faster. It just popped up on my feed, so I don't know. It's the belly of a Turbigon, but clip some pieces and the gaunts can be upside down. What did you use? Oh, I see. That's sick. That is really sick. So was it your NIDS versus her World Eaters? Okay, I think I got all the gunmetals done. And then I can start jumping to the organic bits. Well, actually, I'm going to start doing all of the decorative stuff. So the trim and stuff is the natural seal, so it's a little lighter. Bonding studs. These are tedious. The Macaron kit is mental so far. Didn't realize the really long curved tail popped out of the side. Thought it was just straight at the back. Well, that's interesting. I kind of vibe with that. My NIDS versus her World Eaters. I'll let you know. You started the way for me to be inspired to start homebrewing or making lore about space wolves. We have been drawn to chaos because they value the fight more than the will of the Emperor, and they're proving themselves to this demon prince that they are worthy of Khorne, using space wolves as proxies. And I'm going to start painting them to reflect that. I love that. Absolutely love that. Once you start a doc, absolutely throw it in the homebrew channel in the cord, because I will definitely read it. I also, if anyone wants, I have assembled a template in Google Docs for homebrew chapters and warbands. I don't think I put it in there already. But if anybody wants, I can put that in there and just pin it, and people can copy and add to it themselves. Because I've done a lot of homebrewing, like a lot. Big bugs. My order bunch of minis arrived today. It's due next Tuesday, so I'm happy. Mail service has been on top of things. I ordered a pair of blue jeans the other day. They came 3 days ahead of schedule. Will not lie to you, before watching you and Mal, I really didn't understand or really dig homebrew, but now I'm getting very open to it. Well, I'm glad to be that influence to you, because homebrewing is by far my favorite part of the entire hobby. And I will never stop saying that. People get annoyed at me for saying it so much. And I'm writing constantly homebrew stuff. So actually, I was gonna tell some people in the Discord, but I'll just say here, I'm actually putting a challenge forward for myself to create a homebrew for every legion. So all 18 legions, I will write either a warband or a successor chapter for. And I am already at 10. So that only leaves 8 more. And then to further the challenge, I would like to, at the very least, paint up kill teams for all of them. And obviously, the ones that I've really dedicated myself to already have armies, so, or the beginnings of armies. Like the Fervent Storm here, I have over 2,000 points already. In 10th edition, I haven't moved anything over to 11th yet, because I don't even think that's available yet on my app. I gotta look. See my actual point sizes. So yeah, the Fervent Storm, so these guys, I have over 2,000. The Angels of Sorrow, I have 1,600. The Terminus Knights, I have over 500. The Putrid Maw, I have over 1,000. The Reliquary Brotherhood, I don't have that many, just over 300. The Amorphous Paragon, I have almost 200. Totem Lords, I don't have any. And then the rest are my Xenos, so I don't have any for Cult of Anguish, but yep. Just a little something I was gonna challenge myself with. Just because I like homebrewing so much. and the rest of that is organic. I'm gonna have to get really into homebrew. I'm about out of plastic to paint. Finish that weak combat patrol. Homebrew's the way to go. And then one of the most fun parts for me, I mean, on top of building like the culture and the stories around your homebrew, is working on the conflicts that they are participating in and like making actual logistics, because I have logistical documents for the current wars or conflicts that my chapters and warbands are participating in. So like I have numbers of like troops and number of planets and like the current status of those planets. And I have a basic timeline set up for each of them. Oops, sorry. The only thing that I really try to do is I try to leave the conflicts open-ended, just to show that they are currently going on in the timeline, even though the timeline is really all over the place. So yeah, if I'm like in situations like this week where I haven't had any time to paint, I'll just homebrew. That's it. All right, I think he's ready for the wash now. Hello, wife. Oh, those are awesome. So you've kind of motivated me to get a Demon Prince, because I think it'd be cool. Because one of the warbands I've written them to be led by a Demon Prince. Alright. We are gonna pull out Null Wild. Cope this guy. Oh, and with the Gene Stealers done, I only have 2 more models to paint, and a Tyrannifex and a Winged Tyrant. Do it. Yeah, I would probably magnetize it. I've only magnetized one model, and that's my Contemptor Dread for these guys, the Fervent Storm. But I have no regrets. I really love it. But even princes are great. You should get 5. Magnetize the price. Yeah, no kidding. What was I doing? I was gonna pull something out to show you guys. Now I don't remember. Weird. Now I forgot. Can walk me through magnetizing the wings. See, and I really like the Contemptor because the Contemptor was made to be magnetized. So like all of the weapons have spaces for magnets. And I was really thankful for that. It made it a pain in the ass to paint. But it was worth it. Alright. Let's throw the snowball on here. This brush. I've also ultimately decided that I'm going to start making my own washes. Because I'm getting really sick of having to buy washes when I could just make them myself. Oh, now I remember what I was going to grab. Too late now. I already started this. I don't want any cooling. Mal got me with the pond water. My issue is I use washes on everything. So I go through it really quickly. Or if I don't go through it quickly enough, then it just ends up looking bad. Like it gets a little bit of dryness to it. And the consistency ends up being different. With Citadel washes, I haven't tried any other brands, but I feel like the better alternative is just to make my own. So use some acrylic, some water, and some dish soap. Same, putting them in a dropper has saved me a crazy amount. Yeah, and I'm gonna do that. I have a couple brand new pots right here, and I'm gonna put them in the droppers for sure. You also sit there with open pots like a madman. Only when I'm using them. I don't like pulling it out of the bottle and then putting it on my palette because my autism tells me that it's wasteful. Because if I don't use it all, then what? Oh, wash is evaporating? Yeah, that's probably the case. Usually if I end up putting like thinner in it, I will pull some out just to get a very, very small amount of wash. So it goes on more like a wash than a glaze. Because that is one thing that I've noticed, that some washes uh, go onto a model more like glazes than anything. I told you you couldn't start book 2. I have no stake in the game. Here, I will I'll appease the warden gods here, and I'll pull some out. And I will close the pot. There, closed. So I should start book 2, and she goes, not right now, in 20 minutes. Warden gods? Now you're realizing the evaporation. Listen, in primitive societies, if someone has a good idea, there's automatically a god attributed to it. And one could say that I'm quite primitive. Next, I gotta figure out how I want to do this tentacle. I have an idea similar to how I did my possessed. We'll see. I may change my mind. Okay. Let's start on this tentacle. So the last time I did this, I mixed up some whole red and some basic skin tone, and it made it properly pink and fleshy. I just have to get the exact ratio that I want. And I'll probably be better off if I'm a little darker. Because if it's darker, then that gives me a reason to highlight after I put the wash on it. That might actually not be dark enough. A little darker. It will darken once I put the wash on it, but I want it to have a reason to need highlights. Yeah, I like that a little better. It's not really a science when I do this. It's just kind of do it till it looks good. And it's a warp mutation, so it's gonna be chaotic anyway. evaporating in the open. No, it's not. Trying to work on these fleshy bits. Well, canceled your old World League mid-game when I got the notification. You know, for some reason I don't believe you, but I appreciate the thought.
Yeah. She has a question. Look, I'm going to stay over here. Yeah.
What?
Do you know? For context, she's watching Cars 3.
Okay.
Is her wheels because hands?
I don't know.
She asked me and I had no idea, so I told her you knew more. Can you tell him what the car's name is that won the race?
His name is Jackson Storm. He won a race in Class 3.
Really?
He won the race 4 times.
4?
Yes. And he won a race all the time.
Okay.
Last time, let me see again. Also, wait. Jackson. But yeah, I got to my notes.
Downstairs and watch a movie.
Left my models at the store and everything. I went sprinting and swifting through the NYC traffic. That's what she said. She said 4 times.
I thought about the wheels being hands. Are they hands? How do I answer that question?
I mean, they manipulate things with them, so I would assume.
I'm 31 years old and I never thought about that. So she asked me, and she's like, "Can I ask Dad?" And I said, "Sure, because we need it."
Interesting debate. What do you guys think? Do you think the cars from Cars use their wheels as hands? Because that's the question my 4-year-old just asked me. We need some professional opinions here. Okay, I need you to drive faster, please. It's way more saturated on the camera than it is IRL. And it'll get even more saturated once I put the wash on it. You'd say hands? I agree. Alright. Well, it's drying. Here's my guard model that I have undercoated. I have a scheme in mind, so we'll see if it actually works out the way I want. But he'll be up next. It'll be a test scheme, just to see if I like it. If not, strip it and start over. Also, I used the super glue and PVA method for the base, and I really like the way it turned out. The real protagonist of the setting. Because it came out looking like really organic, like fungus. And I thought about slapping on some like sand or dirt around it, but I don't know. I think it looks cool. It does look properly like fungal. With that in mind, I probably won't go as heavy with it the next time I do it. Just do a couple dots here and there. Still not dry. Okay, screw it. We're putting it in front of the fan. I think it looks fungal. The camera probably won't pick it up, but like the way the glue dried, it looks like veins. Or like the term is escaping me. The underside of a mushroom. Yeah, it looks like mushrooms. So yeah, you just take some PVA and then a drop of liquid superglue. And that's what you get. It looks like what's growing underneath my mattress. Are you spawning a Nurgle garden? Alright, is it dry? Pretty close. Pretty close. Because I was thinking, I was just going to add some dynamic to the earth that I'm going to paint underneath it, but I think it looks like something that's just growing. So. And these are going to be the 104th. So they're the Alperan 104th preservers. But it has veins and an amorphous visage. I try not to think about it. Okay, surely this is dry now. Okay, yeah, we're good. All right. All right, so we're going to use some Berserker Bloodshade. Do they have a speciality? I haven't determined that yet. Aesthetically, I'm trying to make them unique. And then I was gonna figure out where to go from there. Alperan is a fortress world that is planted around the Rathios zone, the Rathios anomaly zone. Which is like it's a warp anomaly, so it's like a mini maelstrom. Like it feeds off of the maelstrom, and that's where the Angels of Sorrow were founded to patrol. And so they are like the main regiment. I think I gave this advice to Rush too, but looking through the old codices and imagining what boons and tactics they'd have is fun. I should do that. I should find an old Astra Militarum Codex. I have... Do I have? I do not have an Astra Militarum Codex. I've kind of been leaning towards them being kind of like the Talon Desert Raiders, because the color scheme that I have in mind is very like desert-ish, kinda. So quick strikes, in and out. Back to the car scene. Matt said it was their feet like a four-legged animal. I guess. Alright. I'll let this dry before I do any highlighting. Try to remove any significant pooling. I'm probably just going to go over it with a fleshy dry brush. Because that just looks like open flesh. Throw him back in front of the fan. Quick dry, quick dry. Actually, while that's happening, start painting some of the bony bits. Too thin. That'll take a couple coats. Okay. tell Mal about the thing you inspired me to do? No, I didn't. I want to hear it from you again. Even if you just want to put like a short description in the homebrew. I don't care. Lore discussion, maybe. Doesn't matter to me. Oh, okay. Never mind. Doing a gaming stream after? We might. We'll see. You linked one of the best guard codices in the patron chat, along with Talorn rules. Post the thing in lore discussion. Yeah, it's a very cool concept. Also, I like the fact that this pistol has a bone bayonet. Because, you know, Space Marines stab things with anything that they can find. Of course, this is a Berserker arm that I stole from my Berserker's brew. So it makes sense. Because they would stab anything with anything anyway. You ever looked into 13th Company wolves? I've heard of the 13th Company. But I'm not a huge wolves guy. Oh, that reminds me, Maladus, I don't think you were here when I was talking about it. Actually, I know for a fact you weren't. So I'm putting forth a challenge for myself to write a homebrew successor chapter or warband for every Astartes Legion. So I went through all the ones that I have, and I have 10. So there's 8 remaining that I would need to write homebrews for, which I think is a perfectly feasible task. Keeping in mind that the Fervent Storm and the Angels of Sorrow are probably going to forever be my most developed. Probably the ones that I enjoy the most, because Iron Warriors and Blood Angels are my boys. Dark Angels are slowly starting to take that position, though. They're a group of Space Marines that operate more like renegades. They're like anti-chaos Marines that scavenge and repurpose chaos equipment. Secret mission in the warp. Oh man, I'm out of coffee. I'm gonna have to remedy that. Okay. A little bit more here. Bit of fan. right now, so I'm gonna hit them. Hit the tentacle with a little bit lighter, fleshy dry brush. Sounds like a lot of work. Couldn't do me. I have a black tutorial to not edit. Our wolves would count as homebrew. They're a group of cut off with no reinforcements, failing to take the hive. Lost every time before. They've gotten more focused on the fight for the hive than the will of the emperor. So something Korn calls them to do will work out. Yeah, that's very homebrew. Yeah, absolutely. Brings it up just a little bit brighter. I like it. Check my Discord. Uh-oh. Public poll. Oh, 3 votes already? Y'all are gonna wear me down. Fine, we can do it. We might do just over on Twitch though. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. The YouTube algorithm doesn't like it when you do multiple streams back to back. It's funky like that. Check again and count 4. Also, Pizza Death Delivery. I don't want to play that by myself. Alright, let's do the rest of these bony bits. I might do YouTube. We'll see. Also, is the YouTube chat any faster? I changed the moderation settings. I didn't know if that would speed it up at all. Which sync? Daily Rage Wave. Well, YouTube sync. It was pretty close. Gino said he was training tonight. I didn't get if he was doing the training or if he was the one being trained. He's been able to time these rage waves. Always missing when they trigger. He has an oscilloscope the size of a small apartment using to monitor your site data. Here. Work. One in here. That'll work. All right. Gino is my FBI agent. Okay. Oh, I totally missed the ones on the sides of his helmet. Whoops. All right, so While those are drying before we apply the wash, I am going to go use the restroom real quick. Definitely going to disappear me during our in-person meeting. Getting turned into jerky. Right. So yeah, I am going to use the restroom, and I'm going to get some more coffee so I can do it all over again, and I will be right back. Did I miss anything important? Doesn't look like it. All right. Cool, 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 cool. Slap some Agrax on these bony bits. Hmm. Cool, 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 cool. Success. Very nice. Finally need to finish my Doom Bowl, especially without many squads of Bone Boys he wiped. Alright, let's do the eyes. So he has 6 eyes. So I gotta figure out, do I want all of them to be demonic? Probably. Would be my guess. That's the direction we'll go. So they will all be yellow. They were all yellow. Undercoat with white. There are 6 of them. There's 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. Fix that one a little bit. It's a little jank. That's better. Okay. We have 6 yellow eyes. That's what I usually do for the demonic stuff. For islands is their islands is a red, but if he's got a little more warp nonsense going on, then it's him. Alright, so he himself, the model is done. So we can start on the base. While we're starting on the base, we can jump over to the guard a little bit. Slap this on here and hope it looks pretty after a coat or two.
10 minutes.
Even 10 minutes is a long time to be away from you.
Brian, how are you? Too much whiskey and regretting my decision? Whiskey is the life of man. Oh, Whiskey Johnny. Okay, we will call that the first code. So we're going to jump over to this guard, because I have to figure out how exactly I want to do him. So I have a general idea. We're going to see how it pans out. So we're going to start with deep red trousers. I just thinned it down a little too much. Phase 1. Maroon the platoon. Precisely. This is purely experimental. We're just going to see how it goes. And I haven't figured out anything like squad markings or anything like that yet. Figured I'd just let that come to me as I painted them. Okay. Alright, well that's the pants. Then for the shirt, sorry, the jacket, I was going to go with a khaki or a sandy brown tan, whatever. This might take a couple coats because it's a little streaky. not very high in the pigmentation department. I'm actually gonna thin it down a little bit. Alright. Pantaloon, platoon, same difference. Oh, I didn't even realize that's what you said. My bad. Pantaloon makes more sense in retrospect. Maroon the pantaloons for the platoon. There, I fixed it. Oh yeah, thinning it down was the way to go. Gets way better coverage that way. Way too thin. You need to figure out if I want the cuffs to be a slightly different color. Almost out of glue, but still have the main cloths to do. These two, camel mantle. Mal, if I start doing painting tutorials, I want you to write my scripts. Can't be helping out the competition. You know, valid. Game respects game. He almost kind of looks Jedi robe-esque. Now that I'm actually getting paint on the model. And I'm not going to have a regiment of Jedi. That would be dumb. Space Marines? Sure, absolutely. Chapter full of Psychers? Yeah, we need more Blood Ravens. Grey Knights? Sure, why not? Bro thought he was going to Tatooine, instead he's going to be blown to smithereens. Yep, precisely. Okay. Do our leather bits now. Actually, I should probably do the metallics first, shouldn't I? I might have to go back and forth. It exploded. Yeah, explode, scrub. Really feeling lyrical tonight. Going to preemptively record diss tracks against all just in case. All of us? I approve. I will promote it. In every aspect. The Faceplant disc track will end up being #1 on Spotify for like 3 months straight. What do you think of this one? We're playing 104. Stole from Gino. I feel that in my soul. Alright, I feel like I should do the metallics before I get too carried away. Or just switch back and forth like my original idea. Gino and his amazing nicknames for us. Okay. Power Plant 104 was probably peak. Maybe if he hit you with extra disrespect of 103, it might have been magnum opus levels of peak. Phase 3 pewter. That's true. Dang it, I missed that little crevice there. Hold on. Gotta fill that gap. Wait. a big Mothman guy? Not necessarily. Gino is, though. We had that discussion. Let's jump to the helmet.
Yeah.
Dang, wasn't there any links up for some moth talk? Big Mothman guy, that's cute. Is that a rage moment? Just spilt the last of my glue and burnt myself slightly at the same time. Time to go to bed, I think. We'll see you later, Sundew. Still trying to push glue out, and it refuses, only for it to pour out when you don't want it to. It's cool. Top of the ridge. Bring it together a little bit. Okay. And the buckle. I might have to go in and do some touch-ups, because I do need to lay down some more browns. And I will save the las rifle for near the end. I think I might start on the Tau. I have Tau homebrew too that I'm trying to work on. But yes, start on your Tau. What sept are you making them? Another devilfish boy. Homebrew, sort of Borcon-esque, exploratory deep space reconcept with experimental tech. 2 schemes in mind. Oh wow. I'm intrigued. Will they mayhaps be participating in the Danine War? Question mark. I haven't been working on it recently. That's why I asked. I've been working a lot on the youth art cleansing. You did say deep space, and Tanine isn't really in deep space. One dark blue-gray with orange-yellow accents, pastel mint green with white highlights, and fluorescent pink accents. It's gonna be just a combat patrol, probably. I like those. Not that my opinion matters. It matters to you. Oh, well, in that case, it sucks! Get rid of it! Do better. I do really like it, though. I feel like the mint green would go pretty hard, but also the orange yellow accents on the dark blue gray, that would kind of go hard too. That almost, I don't know, that strikes me as a Votan scheme more than anything. maybe that's just me. Okay, I kind of like it. I feel like he'll look better after a wash. Never mind, your opinion doesn't matter then. Getting 11th and a combat patrol. Jump back in on the pants, clean them up. Okay. Another coat of brown. Just because that's something that needs to happen. Did I watch the reveal? I didn't, but you were telling me about it. Talfriend didn't need anything from it, so I kept it for the personal collection. Big Arch for $8, Girl Scout cookies for $7. Okay. Do I do some darker straps, maybe? Oops. Maybe just on the backpack. Nothing major. That looks all right. Here. Here. Go in and add some more metallics too. Do these a little darker. I'm just being picky now. I should theoretically be fine with it and just move on. Switching between streams. What game am I going to play? I have no idea. Wait, what other stream are you watching besides mine? Do some more gunmetal. Let's see, do the buckles. Do the grenade. Because that's a thing. Do the buckles on the straps. Other buckles that there's one there. Okay, let's do the las rifle. Should we just keep the body of the last rifle black. I feel like that's pretty accurate. Ah. Yes, I'm not interesting enough for you. Like the stock gunmetal. Just because we can. Okay. Let's do the straps on the bedroll. Then I think he'll be ready for the wash. Then we'll do the hands. Actually, should I try to freehand the regiment number on his shoulder? Do I dare trust myself enough to do that? I don't know if I do trust myself enough. It's not gonna look like low gothic, that's for sure. It's gonna look like chicken scratches, but might be able to make it look presentable. Watching 2 streams at once. I can't multitask like that. My brain doesn't work in that capacity. All right. Moment of truth. Let's put the 0 in the middle. I didn't thin my paint enough. Hang on. If we put the 0 in the middle, then we'll have a place to go. An idea of our spacing. Wow, that actually doesn't look terrible. Surprisingly. Can't really see for the glare, but see if I can solidify it. This tiny layer. Holy crap, I did it. Wow, okay. You have to show me something? How did I manage that? Close my phone? Game where you 10,000% gonna play? I still don't know. I haven't figured that out. I actually managed to make it look somewhat gothic. And I think it's because I made the 0 not round. Like, you can tell that's a 104, right? Oh. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. Okay. Okay. Alright. Let's... I want to leave the boots black. Yeah, let's go ahead and null oil now. I probably should have saved all of the browns for Agrax.
I know it sounds silly, dear,
But I want to see how it looks with null oil on it. Like I said, this is one giant experiment. Phase. Do a hokey pokey turn all around. So start from the top.
When I'm old enough, can I stream?
Can you what?
When I'm old enough, can I stream?
Sure.
Shit!
Did that warm your little heart? Because it warmed mine.
Restocking. Almost there. Can't believe my competition is multi-generational. You got that right. Alright, I still gotta do the las rifle. Because I missed that for some reason. Okay. He is washed. Now all we gotta do are the hands and the Aquila on the las rifle. And I think he is done. I really like how he turned out. Alright, so I'll let him dry. He does that. I'm gonna work on his face a little more. Maybe do a little bit of weathering. Okay. Let that dry. How we doing, buddy? How long did he take me to do? An hour? Oh, you're staying? I thought about putting some rust in like the crevices of his armor. but I haven't decided yet. Because that would require some dry brushing. But yeah, prospectively, he went really fast, but he's also half the size of a Space Marine. Speaking of, I also finally primed my Death Watch, so I'll be getting them at some point. Including my kit bashes. Good. Take you off. I'll put you in front of the fan. And we will do your hands. Give it a little flesh tone. I think I'm gonna mix in a little bit of brown in there just to give it a little more. It look like he's been out in the weather. Couple coats of that. That's okay. This dude has elongated thumbs. I'm just now realizing. Because they are about the same size as the Space Marines. Mackenzie? Yeah, I have no idea how long I'm going to be streaming. I'm gonna finish this dude and probably finish the raptor. And figure out what to do with my life after that. Wait on that to dry. While I'm waiting on that, I will paint the Aquila with old gold. Should have dried fairly quickly, in theory. Oh, the Acrax is going to do its work. There are recesses here. Probably gonna need a highlight. That's okay. Definitely looks like he's wearing gloves. She is not. Very dark. Very dark. Okay. Let's put some on the Aquila. Let's throw these highlights on here. Because I would prefer it if he didn't look like he was wearing gloves. It's better. Okay. I think I'm a fan of it. I cannot believe that I nailed the numerals. They are not all going to look like that, I guarantee. Next order of operations, let's figure out what we want to do with this base. This one's not quite dry yet. Let's see. What color do I want to make the fungus is the question. I'm feeling like I'd like to do like a pink purple, but I don't really have any good pinks. Well, I guess I could make one. Ooh, like a fleshy fungus? That would be kind of neat. Yeah, what if I base coated it purple? But I do like color base. Like a gray colored base? A little earthy. This is purely experimental. Okay. Give that a second to dry. This one's pretty much done. I gotta put Agrax on it and then dry brush it. I'll do that real quick. Agrax protects. Agrax very rarely ever fails me. Even as like a null oil substitute. Definitely gonna need more. Actually, for the bases, I watered it down a little bit. Get a little extra flow. Because this is how I end up doing most of my bases, just because I'm not super creative. Not as creative as I'd like to be with the bases. Just dirty brown. He only fails those who let him have. That is my downfall. Smugly chuckles. I wouldn't know. I've never had to resort to such common techniques. Play GW washes. I was talking earlier, Mel. I think I am gonna start just making my own, putting it in a dropper, because it saved me a lot of money. Because if I'm just using acrylic and water and dish soap, then I think I'll be safe. It's too much, but it's fine. Especially for bases and terrain pieces. Yeah, exactly. Let this dry. Back over to this dude. I think we'll do a quick light gray dry brush. Nothing major, just a little bit of accent. Because I don't really need to wash these. Should look okay. It'd even look okay if I just did that, but I'm going to add a little more character to those because since they look fungal, keep them fungal. Okay. So we're gonna come in with a blue violet. Make it look all pretty. Actually, I might accent that with a little bit of the Berserker Bloodshade to make it look even more fleshy. Maybe. We'll see. I might just end up liking this. One more thick coat. Give that a quick second to dry. And then I do want to see what it looks like with the Berserker Bloodshade. We'll see how far we can get that to go. It won't take much. Nothing funny to say. Insert vulgar funny bit here. You shouldn't have anything vulgar to say at all. This is a Christian Minecraft server. Okay. Oh, damn it. Okay, hold on. My brush was too wet. Okay, well, it does in fact turn out that I didn't have enough. So, I can make that work. Yeah, the Christian Minecraft server. Faithplant 104. Come next September, you're gonna be Farmplant 1704? Let that dry. Time. Yep, this is dry now, so we're gonna hit it with a dry brush of Iraqi sand. Faceplant. Plant face 401. He looks very Steel Legion. You know, I was kind of thinking that people are going to think that I'm painting Steel Legion. Minus the gas mask. Ant Farm 101. Put Rock 2095. Okay. Alright, he's done. Excuse me. Rim the base real quick. Oh, why did I do that? Alright. Revitalize a little bit. I don't ever rim my bases with my nice brushes. That would probably look better if I did. Okay. Alright. He is officially done. Let's jump back over to this base real quick. Sham out. And I think we will call the stream there. Okay. There we go. I like it. Let's rim his base real quick. Cheese Touch 104. Diary of a Wimpy Kid Lover. Me depressed because I'd be drinking. Okay. I've actually never read a Diary of a Wimpy Kid book. Fun fact about me. Wasn't really my kind of genre. Okay. Well, there he is, folks. My very first guard model ever. Kind of impressed with myself. And I will likely be doing more in the future because I have 9 more. But yeah. For second grade book report. And so that's the Alperan 104th. And there may be a oh, and also this Fervent Storm, who will be decimating him, because look at the size difference. Holy crap. Actually need to go in and touch up some of that base, because some of it's showing through where it's not supposed to. Quick fix. Quick fix. Yeah, because the Fervent Storm don't mess around. Only 300 more. 299 precisely. All right, well, I may actually have to cut the stream here because I am tired and I have things I need to do before bed. We might be back on Sunday for a gaming stream. So as of right now, let's plan on that. Just FYI. Drive back to the game store and pick up models I left there. Yeah, games might have to wait. Yeah, I know. But I have a bedtime, and I pulled like 60 hours this week, so I think I need to be done. But thanks, you guys. Come back Sunday, maybe. And there will probably be some gaming stuff going on. So appreciate you, and y'all know the stuff and the things. So I will see y'all later.